Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott Wave update for Bitcoin. Now, I'm just out on a daily, just wanted to give you perspective of where I currently have us in the trend. That is from our low here at 15,476. Have this as a wave 1, 2, 3. Fourth is a triangle. I'll show you that in depth, and we're looking for a fifth wave. Right now, the targets of wave 1 off the low of wave 4, although I'm going to have to adjust these counts. I think we're much more bullish than that. That's at 98,151, and you'll see why when I go into the smaller time frames. I am expecting much higher prices than that target. So this is our current trend. We're on a fifth wave, potentially, within a 5-wave move, and when this does complete, we'd expect a 3-wave correction down. Another interesting thing of note here is we did not come outside of our boundary line of this pitchfork, so we might end up coming back in and tagging the top end of it again, which would be very high prices. So exciting times in the crypto markets. One other thing to note, the length of wave 1 off of the wave 4 triangle, which I'll show you on smaller time frames, takes us all the way out to February 7th. So that's just a 1-to-1 at a time. We can go longer than that. It's just a guideline, but you can imagine how high we come if we take this. So let's go to the smaller time frames and take a look what I'm talking about here. So in the smaller time frames, this was my count. We're actually blowing by this one. I have an alternative, but have this as a triangle wave 4 finishing right here. So that's where we start our count from. This is one I was tracking, nested 1-2s. I actually think we are doing my alternate count, which is this one right here. It's fitting the best. One thing to note from this fourth wave low, doesn't matter if you count this as a diagonal or a 5-wave impulse, because if this was a triangle, we didn't get overlap between 1 and 4. Both ways count fine. This is a 382 retracement for our wave 2, but it doesn't change our pivots. We pull our Fibonacci extensions from them, so it doesn't really matter. You can argue all day which is which. It doesn't matter at the end of the day for fib pulls. So from here, have this as a very shy 1-2, looking for this third wave to complete up between 90,607, 93,923, and looking for a quick fourth wave, hold the 382 when this move completes of that micro third wave. And then once we get this 3, 4, and 5 to complete our third wave in blue, that would be at just under 100K. But you can see that third wave actually lines up for our 1-to-1 target out on the daily. So this is why I think we have much more upside to go. And that would be our standard extension for our third wave target right here. We'd then expect a fourth and another fifth wave. Now, because of where we are in time in the trend, that's a very quick fifth wave compared to the length of wave 1. I actually think this is going to be our wave 1 and 2 of our fifth, so extended fifth wave. That gets us way, way, way higher. But I'm doing this one at a time, one wave at a time, so we'll see the reaction after this happens. Right, we get a nice sideways ABC. That's where we really launch, right? So what I would do in this situation, just so you're aware, is my invalidation level of this third wave would be the top of this wave 1. That's where the fourth would overlap with this wave 1 at 77,199.99. Then what I would do if I was looking for an entry is whenever this third wave ends, you pull from beginning of wave 3 to the top of wave 3, which should be between 9607, 93,923. Pull the fibs whenever that top is in. Obviously, we want to hold between the 236 and the 382. Don't want to see it come past the 50 before we switch probabilities that this isn't a fourth wave and something else, and I have to adjust my count. Then look for our long for our third wave, our fifth wave of the third, up around just under 100K before we'd look for our fourth wave. And at that point, we do the exact same thing for this third wave, again, holding the 236 and the 382 of this entire 5-wave move and targeting our fifth wave eventually. So it looks like that's the path we are on. It's fitting the fibs the best. We discussed, well, this was in a members video yesterday, but there is still the possibility that this is somehow a B wave within a flat, but pretty much unless we get a really hard rejection, pretty much done with. And you can see the invalidation isn't up until those targets we have anyway in our bullish count. And it's losing as soon as we pass this 1.382. It lost the probabilities that this is going to happen. We're getting into unlikely scenarios unless it happens right now, a drop, right? So, yeah, looking pretty good. But once these 5 waves are finished, that's when I will adjust my fib pulls, go from there, and figure out how high we are likely to come. But anyone thinking about just a piece of advice, anybody thinking about trying to short this market, I would wait for at least a 5-wave move to the downside to get a nice setup to the downside, because I think it's very unlikely, and I think it's suicidal to try and short a all-time high price discovery area. Like that's a tough viewpoint to take. But yeah, so we'll just go over that one last time here. That's my price targets for this scenario. Third wave in blue, finishing around just shy of 100K. Third wave in green, between 90 and 93,000. And look for a pullback just under 90,000 on our 5th wave up for our third. And that's where the potential to hedge through this 4th and then let the long go is your option. But other than that, if you aren't aware, I did start a private Discord. The link is in the description and the first posted comment. I track all these each day. I do a morning and evening micro count, and I'm adding to this list as we go, have a watch list, etc. I give my trade setups, and I will be giving my adjustments as we go. Also have the education section and how I take each entry. One more thing of note, you see this link that says Blowfin exclusive. That is for members of the Discord. If you click my YouTube link, you get the $300 up to $300 bonus through the YouTube channel and a 5% rebate for life on your trading fees paid out every time you execute a trade within the same day. And for the members of the Discord, there's a link under here. You have to join it first. You get 20% rebate for life. So even if you just sign up for a month, you get that account for life. And from there, links are in the description if you want that. And this is my YouTube schedule in case you're wondering and you're a YouTube subscriber. All right, guys, so that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next